excuses and you know I be on top of things. Punctual my proper name. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that celly. You said you needed 5, that was more than 12 ago. Claim you got your hands tied, time stuck like Velcro. Georgia Peach on east side like it's ATL. You lacking, you tripping, you slacking, impatient, be waiting, confused like what happened. How you get attitude cause I'm getting mad, cause you wanna take 20 minutes and a half. And on top of that, I gotta get gas out of the freeway, picked up traffic. What the is you doing? We gotta dip, 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 dip. Cardi, yeah. Watch your tick, 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 tick. Waiting for that last minute for your hell. Now stop playing games, girl, and bring your downstairs. Come on, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Took me 20 to get ready, yo. Shower moisturizer and the fit I had on yesterday. Uniform necessities, multiples of everything. Now your neighbor wanna come and speak to me like,
hey, how you doing? I ain't too bad.
Ha 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 ha. Hit her with a few fake laughs. She talking my ear off. It's sympathy I lack. I care about one thing. Well, anyway, gotta pay a little more. If we late to the jack, gotta jet cause the boat leave at 8. And we got some fur on that upper deck in the orchestra. Gon' play it. For LV Ablo projects. You ain't scared to change cause it's ain't coming out your pockets. My fruity and slip, I'm rude a little bit. Don't be acting so appalled. All y'all girl let it put so much into tonight and you just don't care. Now stop playing games, gun, bring your downstairs. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go.
Rushing me, relax, chill, alright?
Tonight, just don't care. Playing games, girl, bring your downstairs.
Why you tripping? I'm coming. I'm finishing my makeup, can you just relax? Like, it takes a long time. Like, it's not that serious. I think I left something in the house.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause got ultimatums. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not into you. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath the bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat it.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't can't get rid of ya. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another run here with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Watson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
So you probably have an open man beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 41. So a 1st interception from there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in that victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that play he's got there because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4th down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out to his left. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Cousins on 1st down. This one into the hands of Hurd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Texans hit 3-7 now in the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
We're scoreless after one. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. To throw, Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Here's Cousins. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Play fake, Cousins. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jordan. They have him out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he'll spot Hurd open left side. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space.
A loss results there.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A pitch comes to Dobbins, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, and the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Drive about to get started. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there's optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Marcus Davenport, the first runner out of UTSA with a sack. It was second long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for their offensive guys.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back them up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
From his goal line here, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. It's such a costly interception. Nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few soft eyes. They've got so they can stop the score. This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game.
Touchdown! Brevin Jordan, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. It's still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, Punter. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared. You put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've got confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. They end up getting stopped twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. On second down, a run with Dobbins. He digs them partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Cousins now. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Browns drive about to get started. Have a great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal. They'll certainly have the green light here. The Jets out to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. On first down, it's Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Watson on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by M.J. Stewart. And the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. The Chargers are so close to halftime when they throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in close territory as well.
They were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in. Of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Throw left side, there's Schwartz with it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And again, it's Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Faking the give. Now Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Harrison Bryant from a yard out. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trip to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Throwing, Cousins. And he's got Jordan complete right side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. Crooks on the quick slant. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 29-yard line. Now Cousins. Mechie has it on the slant. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Today's football, receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage. When you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 and good enough for the first down. They'll go again with Dobbins. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Jadeveon Clowney wants a member of these Texans there on the stop. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14. Now Cousins. On the slant, here's Collins.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Browns drive about to get started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
From the 50, it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Time Charles and the quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were all against him. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Watson. And that is incomplete.
Some coaches have to take the short more yardage and some. They have to go for the big shot. Maybe they're risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the...
Dobbins hit, and he fumbles. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
On a second and it's really nice to see the defense has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
That was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's up 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his tempo on that carry.
Here we go on fourth. Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And this Texans defense stands tall. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
On play action, Cousins. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They begin this drive with Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Watson. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Watson. Flushed out right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. To throw, Watson. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Anthony Brown, and the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back early in the game when threw a second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a...
Pierce has it knocked loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And we are tied. They return it to the house. And now Charles, the extra point, can give them the lead.
And they did it on defense. What a play.
Very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Now Cousins. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Second and 2. Cousins. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Ka'imi Fairbairn. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. And now an all rest on the right foot of their kicker. 2 for 2 on the afternoon and a third one winner. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you...
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, it took us until the final play to officially decide